NewsCenter. Learn about the new app being promoted at MSU to increase campus safety. Take a look at how the Shaltowee Trace Association is maintaining local trails. And see how Moorhead students plan to spend Valentine's Day. All this and more, now on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nick Oliver.
And I'm Mary Dameron. Here's what's making headlines for February 11th, 2016.
First tonight in Be Heard 2016, Tuesday was the nation's first presidential primary for the 2016 race, and it was definitely a game changer. Last week's Republican Iowa caucus winner, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, slipped to third place with 12% of votes, finishing behind Donald Trump, who scored 35% of votes, and Ohio Governor John Kasich, who came in a distinct second with 16%. Florida Governor Jeb Bush finished fourth, and Florida Senator Marco Rubio finished out of the top five with 11% of votes each. On the Democrat side, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders defeated former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton by a whopping 22% and by getting 60% of the votes. Today's primary results lead former Hewlett-Packard CEO Carly Fiorina and New Jersey Governor Chris Christie to suspend their campaigns. The Republican presidential hopefuls are now focusing on the next primary in South Carolina, and the Democrats are headed west, the Nevada caucus. Both are scheduled for the 20th of this month. Tune in next week for NewsCenters Investigates. Be Heard 2016 Millennials and Politics.
Kentucky lawmakers have proposed two new marriage license forms, one for heterosexual couples and one for homosexual couples. One form denotes bride and groom, and the other would say first party and second party. The bill is sponsored by Republican Senator Stephen West from Paris, Kentucky, and says both gay and straight couples could use either form. These forms would not include the name of the county clerk, and couples without have their own gender. As you know, all of this comes about 5 months after Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis refused to issue marriage licenses after the Supreme Court lifted the ban on same-sex marriage. In fact, United States District Judge David Bunning gave an update to Davis's case Tuesday, saying Davis has allowed her deputies to issue marriage licenses. Democrat Senator Morgan McGarvey in Louisville objects to proposals, saying it is a desperate treatment of same-sex couples.
Moorhead State University Student Government Association and University Police Department have worked together to increase campus safety by launching Live Safe. NewsCenter's Alexis Matthews has more.
Being used in over 28 states, Live Safe is setting the standard of safety across the nation. Austin Casebolt, the president of Student Government Association, said they wanted to stay on par with the care Live Safe provides to keep Moorhead State on the forefront of innovation.
LiveSafe is a multifaceted safety application that essentially gives you access to Texas University Police, gives you access to safety maps on campus, and basically overall makes our students a lot more safe. It is a cloud-based system that allows students to be more aware of their surroundings, and they also have access to the newly sponsored Student Government Association's shuttle bus service. So say, for example, you're parked in Burt Combs, and you need to get back to your vehicle, or you need to get back over to Overflow. It's a very far distance away. If it's late at night, or you're alone, or it's cold for that matter, and you don't feel safe, you can use the LiveSafe app to get a free shuttle bus service ride.
Even though the app has only been functional at MSU for a short period of time, Moorhead State University Police Department's Chief Harrison echoed Casebolt's sentiments, saying they're pleased with the app so far.
You know, we understand with technology and everything today, you know, it's a lot more simple for everyone just to send a tip through more like a texting format as opposed to picking up the phone and calling, which some people don't have time for that, or whatever location they're in, it's better to just do a text. So there's a lot of different functions of the app, safety being the number one function. They have the Live Safe dashboard always pulled up in the radio room, and whenever somebody sends a tip through, it goes straight to the dispatcher in the radio room, and they see what the tip is, what the problem is, and then they can text back and forth with the person sending in the tip to get more information if needed.
Chief Harrison said that in his opinion, every university should use the app.
Because of technology today, this is just another platform toward improving the safety at the campus. Anything we can do to improve what we're already the safest state university in Kentucky. So, but anything we can do to improve on that is what we're trying to do.
Case-Bolt and Chief Harrison urge everyone to get the app. It's available to download on iPhone and Android devices, and for more information you can go to livesafe.com. Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Alexis Matthews.
Thanks, Alexis. The Live Safe app was heavily promoted during Sunday night's power outage as a way for students to keep in touch with law enforcement for updates.
Speaking of Sunday's blackout, it left 3,800 people in Moorhead, including campus, in the dark for more than an hour, right in the middle of Super Bowl 50. According to Kentucky Utilities, the outage was caused by an equipment malfunction when an insulator broke on a transmission line. This affected many local businesses, such as B-Dubs, and told the Moorhead News they had to shut down early and manually calculate tabs and alter payment methods.
Former Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear says he is starting an advocacy group to oppose Governor Matt Bevin's plans to dismantle, connect, and scale back the state's Medicaid expansion. Today, Beshear announced Save Kentucky Healthcare, which is a tax-exempt organization that will pay for an online campaign Beshear says will educate voters about what is happening to healthcare in Kentucky. A statement from Governor Bevin says Beshear's opposition to his plan to dismantle the health care program is an effort to promote his political legacy. In the statement, Governor Bevin says that he is, quote, focused on fixing Kentucky's fiscal crisis, which he says included $30 billion in unfunded pension liabilities for teachers and state workers. During his 8 years in office, Beshear expanded his Kentucky's Medicaid program and created a state-operated health insurance exchange where eligible Kentuckians could purchase discounted private health insurance plans.
Punxsutawney Phil may not have seen his shadow on Groundhog Day, which means an early spring, but that doesn't mean Mother Nature is done throwing cold and snow just yet. The winter weather has caused some issues for classes to start as planned already once this semester. NewsCenter reporter Jacob Valerio met with MSU Chief of Police Merle Harrison to learn more about campus's winter weather plans.
Well, it was a serious weather event, just a lot of snow. It was difficult for anybody to get around. It didn't matter what kind of vehicle you were driving in. So it was just a dangerous situation, one where the university needed to be closed. Well, we have two plans in place, Plan A and Plan B. Plan A is worst case. We get a lot of snow or bad weather. All administrative buildings are closed and classes are all called off for the day. Plan B is a 2-hour delay. Administrative buildings will open 2 hours later and classes will be 2 hours later than normal. Someone from the police department, either myself or Assistant Chief Trent, will drive around, check out the roads, weather situation. We look at forecast, what's projected to come, what's already come, and just kind of see what it's going to look like. And we kind of keep the commuters in mind when those decisions are made. And we take the information that we have, speak with the provost, and kind of come up with a decision about what the university is going to do as far as a plan for that weather event.
To quickly be notified of closing or delays, you can sign up for Eagle Alerts by going to moorheadstate.edu/Eagle Alerts or download the Live Safe app we just told you about.
Speaking of weather, coming up, Chris Horn is in the NewsCenter Weather Center with your forecast.
Plus, the new moderator of What's Up is here to give you a sneak peek at Season 5. Stick around.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
And welcome back. Right now in Moorhead, it is clear with the temperature sitting at 27 degrees. Record temperatures from 1932 is 74 degrees, and back in 1912 it was -7 for the low. And as you can tell by our normal high and normal low, we are sitting right in between them two, mainly sitting right towards the normal low. And now we take a look at our temperatures throughout the Commonwealth today, and Moorhead's clearly sitting at 27 degrees. Look at Richmond sitting at 28 degrees. Going up north towards Covington is sitting at 24 degrees. And then looking on back towards Jackson, Fredericksburg, sitting at 29, 28 degrees. So the Commonwealth is sitting right at the freezing point. And now we take a look at our first alert live radar, courtesy of WKYT. It is clear throughout all of Kentucky, especially down towards Paducah and stuff. And now we take a look at our advisories and watches that are out right now. And we have a winter weather advisory out for the majority of the South and some parts of Eastern Kentucky. And right now here in Moorhead, we are sitting just fine. As we take a look at tonight, it's going to be partly cloudy, sitting at 18 degrees, may jump back up into the 20s. Sunset's going to be approximately about 6 o'clock tonight. And I would advise taking that coat out tonight. There's not going to be no snow showers or anything. So you're looking forward to nothing that will be coming out of the sky or anything. And as we take more look into the week later on,
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm joined now by Jacob Miller, who is taking over moderator of MSU TV's What's Up. What's up? Excuse me.
No,
What's up,
fine.
Jacob?
Hi, how's it going, Mary? It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Long time no see,
I know, it's
right?
different not being at the news desk.
I know. I miss you.
We got a little bit of different things going on.
Yeah. So tell me, what's going on?
Well, what's up? You know, it's officially season 5 of this talk show here at MSU. It's a talk show set up like The View. We have a panel of 4 hosts, including myself. And we just talk about, things happening on campus, in the state, in the nation. We're talking about what people are talking about.
Yeah, because students, they want to know what's going on in the real world, right?
Exactly. So that's what we try. We try to give that window for students to see, everything that's going on.
Great. So it's a talk show host, obviously. What kind of things are you all talking about?
Well, this year is, like you guys have mentioned previously, is the presidential election year. So that's going to be a big topic that we talk about, how the races are going and stuff like that. We're going to talk about different things in pop culture. Just for this first week, we're going to be talking about, like I said, the presidential race, New Year's resolutions. This weekend is Valentine's Day. So
Valentine's Day.
And then we have a special guest that you guys will have to check out.
Ooh, okay, very cool. So I know that this is your first time doing What's Up. You're taking over. Were you nervous at all?
Well, yeah, like I said, it's the 5th season, so it's officially the first season without the show's creator, Chad Hedrick.
Right.
And so he kind of passed that on to me, and the advice that I was kind of given was to make it my own, I guess. But I want to stick to what the show is in nature.
Right.
For students, by students.
Awesome.
What's going on. So
that's very cool. So besides that, can you tell us maybe what to expect on the first show? Can you give us a little bit of a sneak peek,
well, maybe? I will let you know that it involves us in workout clothes. So we might be getting moving and stuff.
Okay,
so,
very nice.
Yeah.
So for students out there listening, can you tell us when it airs and how you can see it?
Yeah, it's actually going to be on right after this episode of NewsCenter.
Okay.
You can find it 5:30 on Thursday evenings on MSU TV channel 85.
Okay, great. So you heard it right after NewsCenter. Stick around and you can catch the first season of What's Up. Yep. Thanks so much, Jacob.
Thanks, Mary.
All right, now let's take it to Chris for your extended forecast. Well, I guess after the extended forecast, we can go ahead and see you after this break.
what fools these mortals be.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? I have always depended on the kindness of strangers.
And welcome back. The current temperatures here in Moorhead is 27 degrees clear, and just you got to have jacket was required for today, of course, with humidity sitting at 51%. Winds made it a little bit more chillier than it actually was. Now we take a look at our temperatures throughout the Commonwealth. Fort Knox sitting at right at 30, Bowling Green sitting at 36 degrees, Owensboro sitting at 32 degrees. And now we'll take a look at our radar. Our radar is clear, especially up in here in Indiana and over here in Ohio. And now we will take a look back at our advisories, watches, and warnings. And throughout the South here, especially towards Bowling Green and Somerset, are in this advisory, which is the winter weather advisory. No watches or warnings out as of right now. And we take a back look over here towards the eastern part of Kentucky. We have London and Hazard and Pikeville all under the advisory. Moorhead sitting in the clear for right now. As we take a look into tonight, it's going to be partly cloudy, sitting in the low 20s, high teens tonight. Sunset's going to be hopefully beautiful. Hopefully no clouds disrupting the view. And as we look into tomorrow, we're going to have some light snow coming in, mainly into the late afternoon. High sitting at about 29 degrees. So I would take a coat, maybe have some gloves on. Sunrise sitting at 7:30. As we now take a look at our 7-day forecast, Friday with 60% chance of light snow. It's going to be near the freezing point. As we take a look into our weekend, we're going to be having some more snow chances in there. We are sitting in the low 20s. Monday, we're also going to have some more snow coming into Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday, it is going to be partly cloudy with heading up into the mid-30s.
Thanks, Chris. Now let's send it over to Kinsey Thompson with Eagle Athletics.
Your home for the Moorhead State Eagles, this is NewsCenter Sports.
The Moorhead State women's basketball team came home with 2 losses last week as they were defeated by Belmont last Wednesday and Tennessee State last Saturday. In the game against Belmont, the Eagles were defeated 99-71. Junior forward Shay Steele led the Eagles with 16 points, but it was not enough to pull out a win. The Bruins were leading the Eagles 50-27 at the end of the first half and never looked back. The Eagles struggled, but they did have 5 players end the game with double digits. In the game against Tennessee State, the Eagles only lost 78-76. Junior guard Brianna McQueen tied the game at 76 with a layup, leaving 4.5 seconds on the clock. But the Tigers answered back with a buzzer beater and beat the Eagles 78-76. The Eagles out-rebounded the Tigers 36-26 and got 20 points from that alone. The Eagles did trail most of the game, but fought hard to keep up. Freshman Miranda Crockett led the Eagles with a game high of 20 points and 4 rebounds. Ariel McKee followed as she had 17 points and 6 rebounds, and Brianna McQueen contributed 14 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. We caught up with Natalie Greenwell to get her reactions from the losses.
Well, at Belmont, we just weren't ready to play. We just didn't come out with a lot of intensity and fire, and I feel like they wanted it more than us, which we actually have a rematch with them this coming up Saturday, so hopefully we'll come out to play and take it to them and show them what we're really made of. And then on this was Saturday, we played Tennessee State, and we lost by 2 points on a buzzer beater, which was kind of heartbreaking. So it was a really tough fought game. We've learned from it, and hopefully when we play them again here, it'll be a different result. Probably at halftime with the Belmont game, we definitely picked it up. He had his halftime spill and, gave us some more energy. I think we ended up still losing by the same amount, but at least we played a little bit harder and more aggressive. And I don't know. We had a lot of turnovers that game too, and then we just weren't pushing as much as we normally do because we're usually a run and gun team. We usually have more attempts than the other team, and they shot more free throws, we had more turnovers, they had more rebounds. It was just an overall thing. So if we rebound like we should give them a better game. If we take more shots for them then hopefully we'll give them a better shot at winning.
The team says they hope to come out with more energy in order to give Belmont a better game this Saturday when they host them at Johnson Arena. MSU's men's basketball had a rough weekend with 2 close losses to conference rivals Belmont and Tennessee State University. NewsCenter caught up with the team to get their thoughts on those games in the last bit of the season.
We have a team that's not going to give up. We come together more and more each day, and we're coming to a stretch now like last year where these last 4 or 5 games are really crucial, and they can really set the tone going into the OC tournament. It's crunch time for us right now. It's coming down to the last few games of conference, coming into senior week and things later on. But it's do or die right now. We never feel good about losing, but we just know that those teams are beatable, and we definitely can beat those teams next time we see them, and that's the good thing about them. We see both of those teams here.
The league, and especially around the country, is so much parity. There's no dominating team. We just got to worry about ourselves and continue to get better and get on a run going into next month.
And so we just know the things that we have to change, know the things that we have to do to beat those teams, and we're definitely going to get them next time.
Men's basketball looks to bounce back with the home match against rivals Eastern Kentucky University tonight at 7 in Johnson Arena. The Morehead State cheerleading program took home 3 national titles after this year's Universal Cheerleading Association, UCA, College National Championship at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Last year, Morehead only brought home 1 title with a win from their all-girl squad. The co-ed, group stunt, and partner stunt received first runner-up. This year, the weekend began with the partner stunt competition. MSU brought only 1 partner stunt group made up of a member from the all-girl team, Taylor DeSimone, and a member of the co-ed squad, Colin Tips. The partner stunt group won first place in the co-ed partner stunt division for the first time since 2013. After a tough competition with near-perfect routines from both West Georgia and Morehead all-girl, the Eagles came out on top, winning their 3rd national title in a row. This is the first time in the program's history that the all-girl team has won 3 years in a row. To finish off the eventful weekend with the co-ed squad beat out their rival University of Delaware and brought back the gold for the first time since 2013. With a clean sweep of championships from the Morehead State cheerleading program, the Eagles now have a record-breaking total of 39 UCA national titles since the program's start in 1988. We'll be back with more after this.
Addison, why are you dressed up like that?
Because you're in a dream, John.
How can you prove that?
Your body's still there.
What?
Wake up and smell the coffee. Java City.
Some hikers usually just hit the trail, but I met up with a group of hikers that are actually blazing a trail. Here's this week's Around the Hills. A saying goes that trails are like veins to the outdoors, taking you through all of Mother Nature's beauty. The most famous vein in Morehead is the Shaltowie Trace, a 319-mile trail that runs through Morehead and all the way to Tennessee. In 2014, the state of Kentucky named Morehead an official trail town, an initiative for more tourism on Kentucky's trails. It has been in the hands of David Dummer and his small crew of volunteers to clear multiple sections of the trail, telling stories
the legend has it that
and having fun along the way. A few years ago, the Shaltowie Trace Association was founded for this purpose.
We're trying to maintain these trails so that everyone will have a good experience when they're in the woods.
The association also supports government programs like the Division of Forestry.
We certainly don't have the budget or the time to dedicate to taking care of these trails, so we depend almost 100% on groups like this to get out there and actually do the work on the ground to clear things.
Just some of the places that this trail travels through may be more familiar with you than you really think. How about some of these? Cave Run Lake, or Lakiji, or Main Street Morehead even. And how about this one? Morehead State's very own Eagle Lake right behind me. All David and his team need are a weed whacker, gloves, and a love for the outdoors.
I'll be 70 in a month or so, and I still enjoy getting out here and taking in the scenery.
Now, if you feel like lacing your hiking boots up, the Shaltowie Trace Association has a challenge for you. If you hike for 11 weekends out of the year, you can hike the complete 319-mile-long trail, a challenge that only a select few have accomplished.
There's a new scam alert in Round County. The Round County Sheriff's Office says they received a call from a woman reporting a new scam. The woman received a call from a person claiming to represent an electrical company and told the woman her power was going to be shut off if she had not paid the bill. When the woman said the bill had been paid, the caller asked for the bank account number from the woman's checking account. That's when she suspected that this was a scam and called the power company. The Round County Sheriff's Office reminds citizens to never give out bank account numbering to anyone calling, regardless of what explanation they have given you. The Sheriff's Office says this is a new scam, and with the cold temperatures, scammers are likely to continue to use it.
In your entertainment news for tonight, Kentucky native and Season 9 winner of NBC's The Voice, Jordan Smith, announced on his Facebook page Tuesday that his debut album, titled Something Beautiful, will be released on March 18th. Jordan is from Harlan County, Kentucky, and just performed for BET's Super Bowl Gospel celebration.
Read it.
Everywhere you look, there's a new sneak peek for the highly anticipated Full House sequel, Fuller House. The spinoff to the hit show that aired on ABC from 1987 to 1995 is scheduled to release all 13 episodes from its first season on Netflix on February 26th. The Fuller House will have a similar premise to its predecessor after oldest Tanner daughter DJ's husband dies. Middle sister Stephanie and DJ's BFF Kimmy Gibbler move in with DJ to help her raise her 3 boys. Characters from the original series, except for Mary-Kate and the Ashley Olsen's, Michelle is tapped to appear in Season 1. However, Michelle's absence is explained, and the cast and the creators say that the door is always open for their return.
Finally, tonight this Sunday is Valentine's Day, and love is in the air. But will the weather keep couples indoors? NewsCenter asked students what their plans are for this cold Hallmark holiday.
I think it's good. I mean, it's a good way for people to really celebrate their relationships. And I mean, getting some flowers isn't such a bad thing.
It looks like it's going to be a cold season of love here at Morehead State University with snow on the ground. This weekend is Valentine's Day, and I took to the streets to ask students what they're doing to kindle the flame.
We don't necessarily spend a lot of money on each other, so I don't see it as a Hallmark holiday, but it's just another day to set time aside to spend with each other and make sure you know how much you're appreciated by your significant other.
This will be one of the first times that we've actually sat down and made a plan for Valentine's Day. Normally we think it is like a Hallmark kind of thing. Yeah, some people still enjoy it, so.
The other years when I didn't have a Valentine, I didn't think it was fun. So I think it's okay for other people to think that it's fun. If you have a Valentine and it's something you want to do, okay. But But don't hate on people just because they're happy.
You should be able to celebrate your significant other like any day of the year, but Valentine's Day is just like another added on day that you really should.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Jacob Miller.
All right, thanks for watching. Have a great evening. See you next week.